Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
So today we're going to remove the wiper transmission and access the wiper motor. And I've already taken the hood off. You do not have to do that, but I'm doing that so that you guys have a clearer vision from the video, so you can see everything that I do or out in the open. So I'm going to remove the wiper arm cap, and I'm just going to get in there and give it a little pry up. And it will expose the mounting nut for that arm to the transmission. That is the wiper motor transmission. And this should be a 17mm socket, or you could use a 17mm wrench. I'm going to break that free. Sometimes I'll hold on to the arm and break that. And I'll take the nut off, and I'll show you how to remove that wiper arm. So this is where you're going to pull the arm up at the pivot point, and we're going to move that back and forth. Just slide it right off. Same procedure for the second arm, which is the passenger wiper blade. I'm going to remove the cover. And if you're vertically challenged like me, just hang in there. You'll get it. So you can't mix up the driver's arm from the passenger arm. The passenger arm is the most elongated one with that curve to it. So you'll know that when they go back on, that's the position they're going to be in. I'm going to remove the hood damper seal here. Just pull that all the way across. And then I can set that aside. Now I'm going to start removing the clips with the body tool. So I pulled this clip out. Now I'm not going to remove this whole plastic piece because we just want access to be able to pull this shroud out of the way. So we're going to leave that sitting up, and I'm going to move all the way down here and move this clip and the next two. So there should be 4 total. And they like to get away from you, so I'm going to put my finger on top so I can take that out of the way. Someone's been in here before. I'll have to get that also. Okay, I'm gonna get this up out of the way. So I'm going to remove the passenger side first because it overlaps the driver's side. So I'm just using my body trim tool, and you go up here and you undo some of the clips. Do not pry against the glass. So when I just access this side, you can see the washer nozzle hose. They're just rubber, so you can utilize your little tool here. See if you can back it off. Don't use a knife. We all know that. We should know better. Just work it back and forth. As you can see, it's attached to the driver's spray nozzle, so I'm going to go over that way. And I'm going to do the same procedure over here. I might be able to just grab firmly and pull up. Now that's one piece. And I can set that aside. In order to pull this out, we have to remove this brace that goes from strut tower to strut tower. It's not really that difficult, so we're going to have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 15mm socket bolts. have 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm socket little bolts. So once I get these out, break these free. Move on to my next one. And now I can remove the strut tower bolts on the passenger side. Once again, we have 3, 1, 2, and 3 15mm socket. Now with a pry bar, I'm just going to give it a little lift. I thought I was going to get away without taking this plastic piece all the way out, but I think I'm going to unclip it. So now I have, looks like easier access. I'm going to move over to the passenger side. Do the same over here. Now you can see I can probably get a good grip on the middle. So we have some hoses here attached, just some brackets. So I'm just going to pry it off the mounting stud. Get that out of the way. And then we have the, at this point you can choose to pull the transmission, wiper transmission out that way. And I'm going to pull that rubber boot out of the way, get the connector out. That way I can discard this to the side. So I'm going to take a shop vac and I'm going to take a full advantage of having this all exposed and get rid of any debris, pine needles, leaves, etc. So now I'm going to reinstall the brace that goes from strut tower to strut tower. I'm going to nose it in first that way. Line up the bolt holes. Push down, go to the passenger side. Yeah. I'm going to just hand start all my bracket bolts in the back here, and then my 3 nuts per side. We also want to, before we do that, feed this harness right through again. See, even I can miss something here and there. It's important to get that rubber boot all the way up and around. It stops the water from traveling down, doing any damage. I'm going to connect it so I don't forget. Three per side of the 15mm head socket nuts. And then I'm going to move over to my passenger side and do the same. I don't want to tighten them up or snug them too much because I still have to mount my 4 6mm bolts on the inside right here. And I'm going to want to be able to shift that housing around. Beginning one, move right down the line. put the socket on this one to get it in there. So I'm going to snug up the back ones. I like to move from the center out. So there's 2 in the center here. I can go ahead and tighten these down now because I have everything mounted in place. Now I have the 3 strut tower mounting bolts, 15mm socket. Now I'm just going to snug them up, tighten them up actually. Move to my passenger side. After we do these 3, we have the clip that mounts underneath. I think it's got the hose on it, the plastic clip that goes underneath. Remember to attach that one. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten up my passenger side. And you can see how this has a plastic, it has a little hole for an eyelet and 2 little ears, little ear clips. And this, underneath here there's 2 studs. We're just going to line that up and push up on it. Now that's free out of the way. So during the removal of this vent shroud, one of the body clips stayed in the vehicle. I showed you how to pry that out. We're just going to snap that right back in place. Pretty simple. Make sure that they're all, well, you know, now I'm going to look because I'm wondering where that mounts. It's got to go the other way. See the angle? So I'm going to push this, pull that back out. I'm going to copy the other side, snap it in. Good little catch there. So you start the opposite way of removal. Removal was passenger side first, then driver. So to install, I have to install the driver side first. Spin it right around. So I'm going to line it up with the wiper arm regulator. See where all the little clips are. And they're in spot. And just give it a good push down firmly. There we go. And follow it along over to the passenger side. Now I can see that the washer spray hose came undone from, it has a little mounting ear right here, so we want to make sure we put that back in. Only because if that catches that regulator when that's spinning around, you will have a leakage of your washer fluid. So I have to come to this side and reconnect the washer spray hose. I'll get it right here. I didn't see any debris in there. Kept it nice and clean, clear. Okay. So now I'm gonna line everything up and give it a push down. So let's get that all lined up. Okay, now we're ready to put in our body clips that go along the front. Now I'm going to install the driver's little shroud thing I took out earlier. It's going to go down in line up that bushing. There's a couple of pinholes. Click that in. Now I can mount my 4 push pins in. Work my way over to the passenger side. Okay, so now I'm going to reinstall the seal that I pulled off first. I'm just going to start this side, work my way over. Now we're going to reinstall the wiper arms, passenger side first. I'm going to reach up and I'm just going to make sure that when I lower that, it's in the position on the glass where I want it to be. And it is, so good. Now I can get the mounting nut. So now I'm going to hand start the wiper arm mounting nut. I'm going to install the driver's one next, and then I'm going to torque these down to 21.6 foot-pounds. I'm going to slide it down over that regulator. Let's see where this, line it up in place. Snug the nut by hand. Go ahead and get ready to torque it up. This is a 17mm socket. And now I'm clear to put the rubber caps on. Now let's go inside, put the key on, and let's see if they work.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.